So guys, we had the second round of the Hazer Championship. I'm just going to run through some questions with you guys. You guys are obviously the top 10, barring work. Gold. So we'll talk a little bit about round one. I'll just run through the questions with you guys and then you can pretty much answer it from there. So what I'm going to leave you for now and we'll get back to just talk about the track. Okay, so round one. Did the event live up to your expectations? Jenny, we'll start there. How did you find round one?
I really liked the track. I think the organisation was excellent. The track was good. It was definitely slippery. It was tough, but I enjoyed the track. I had a good battle with a few guys. So
and do you think if it was dry, it would have been, would you have enjoyed it more, you think?
I'd say probably. I think maybe could have got a bit closer to everyone. But racing, not just scrumming. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. So that kind of was the whole thing about the race. I mean, the guys got out and then it started pissing with rain, and then we didn't really have an option. So Chad, what do you say about the first round as an organizer and as a racer? How did that go?
Yeah, I think we had a lot of pressure. We had to prove ourselves that we could get the series going, and but at the same time, we had a lot of people backing us. We had pretty much a really good full house. Top riders and obviously a lot of friends and stuff arrived too. So I think we hit about 110 entries, which our goal is everything to get over 100. It was a tough race. Wade, me and you guys through the whole race pretty much back and forth, and especially the last few gullies we tried really hard to pass each other. But it was a pity it was a bit of rain, but other than that it was a perfect day and good training. And I think this weekend, same thing. The rain's here. It's going to be another big push. The guys really put a lot of effort through the weeks, and I think the guys are eager to go. The rain is going to change a lot tomorrow. We're not so sure how the terrain will be affected by the rain here, but we sort of have a little bit of idea with a bit of grass and a bit of rock and some really wet riverbeds. But looking forward to it. And as an organizer, we here at round two, and another full house, and looking forward to the events. And big thanks to all our sponsors backing us, and Warwick for hosting us. King of the Hill round two, here we are.
Yeah, for sure. Look, the rain, as a rider, you always want to ride in the rain, but not as an organizer, so you have to kind of think about everyone. So it does throw a bit of a spanner. But also, I mean, extreme endurance, there's a fine line. I mean, we can make it as hard as we want. Pretty much like we have to go do the track today, how it is now, with the rain. I mean, without the rain, perfect. With the rain, I mean, when it comes to just pushing your bike and then guys pulling and then some guys getting a bit of an advantage from getting pulled more than others, it always throws a bit of a spanner. So if we can try and make it as rideable as possible, obviously you're going to have to get up and push and stuff like that. It does make a difference. But we need to get on that fine line of being stupid where you just push your bike and hike your bike, or just riding it, So how do you find gold compared to step up from gold, from silver to gold? You won silver last year, eh?
Yeah.
Silver championship. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you find the difference from the first round?
There's quite a big step compared to last year. Last year was a lot more relaxed, as I kind of was able to hold on to the championship from the beginning. Definitely coming to the first round with the weather and the conditions and not knowing what was ahead of me, it would put a lot of pressure, and the nerves were definitely there.
Okay. And look, it would be the track being the difference between silver and gold. Is it a big step back from the silver that you did last year, extreme endurance, to this year? Technicality wise?
There was like a bit of a step up, but at least I'm glad to say that everything was rideable. And like, even though there was quite a lot of a struggle and fitness came in like quite hard, I enjoyed the track, and the step up was there, but it wasn't too bad.
I think that last track, it was also, everything was rideable barring that first hill. So if it wasn't for that first hill, we rode pretty much everything. So I think that was a good balance. The first hill, that threw a spanner, but we kind of knew it, but we couldn't do anything. There was no way around. So at least now with this terrain, Warwick's got it in such a way where we can miss out sections and kind of link them through, and I think that's important, you know, because it gets a bit horrible if you get to a section and you've caught the guy and the guy in front of you is blown, but he gets pulled up the whole way and now you have to wait while he's getting pulled up, you know, it doesn't really make for cool racing. Yeah, and then Walker, you did sharp last race. How are you finding the extreme enduro side of things now compared to the off-roads and enduros?
Yeah,
See you putting in the work?
yeah, from the first round, definitely I came into the first round and I didn't know what to expect because I have to balance my training between off-roads and extremes, but the rain definitely put a span in the works, as you said. But yeah, I love that race. I found that I did better than what I expected, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Okay, cool. And Tom, you always have to kind of balance the extreme stuff out with the flat out stuff. How do you find that race? And the shorts at track also, do you guys enjoy going out knowing that you've only got like 8 Ks to go before you see the pits again? Or do you prefer it like knowing that you've still got like 50 Ks to go before you see the pits? To me personally, I enjoy it. Like when we're going out, like even the house stuff, you like get the pits are only, you know, still like an hour ride, but at least the pits are out there. It's quite reassuring. I don't know what you guys do with you, but
Yeah, compared to cross country and stuff with the longer tracks, it's definitely like you're going out on those laps and knowing that you have like 50 Ks to cover on that lap. But on these races, obviously it's much shorter, so you know it is there and you're gonna get there eventually. So
yeah.
and obviously missing the first round, this is my first round of the Hessen series, so just gonna see how it goes.
Yeah, but like the track there, you guys hosted the last round last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of where we were aiming. Like each round got shorter and shorter until it was pretty much where it was at on your guys' farm. And that's kind of where we're aiming, is to not make it shorter and shorter, but like between like a 4 and 8K track maximum. But like intense spectators everywhere. That's kind of I think the spectators. The venues closer to like the big cities, especially like Hilton, having that prologue the night before in the parking lots and stuff like that, that's going to be quite a spectacle. But every round's different, you know. So, Bill, how's that first one, right?
Yeah, I can definitely say I had my ups and downs there. To be quite honest, I'm battling to get a clean time trial, and that's been through previous events with MPs, time trials, etc. But yeah, Crichton went good. Besides my time trial, started the second race, so just caught up, got to the first climb. There was a bottleneck there, which is understandable in those conditions. So to get there and to sit in that and try and get around, you know, end up blowing the gaskets, and you know, now it's just hanging on, and to carry on at the track pushing is definitely difficult, but something I had to work on. I had to go back to the drawing board and get it dialed. So yeah, can't wait for this round and hopefully get a clean time trial.
And what have you been focusing on since the last round? Have you been focusing a bit more on enduro? Extreme enduro? Are you trying to balance it out?
So yeah, I've actually been going up to Hilton a few times. As we all know, you got to clean it. You hit every section clean, else the gap. That's how the gap pretty much grows. So I would say the biggest thing for me is not hitting the sections clean, smooth, maybe not quick enough. So yeah, I'd pretty much say that's what I've been working on. I went back to William Gillett to clean that up. So yeah, it's been going good, cleaning the sections. Just hopefully, I'm hoping to put it all together tomorrow.
And did you just come up to Hilton to ride, or did you come by the entertainment as well, right?
I'll tell you later.
And then we'll touch on prologue, so let's get to this event. You guys have obviously walked the track. What do you guys think of this prologue? Like European style, straight rhythm, obviously less but more room for error. So if you make a mistake, you're going to lose a lot of positions, but there's not as much place to make a mistake. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's cool. I think we only have one chance to do it tomorrow. Or I put a nice straight rhythm, so it's quite cool. Just a few tires, some logs. But I think it'll be quick. I don't think we won't really get too stuck. But could maybe go over the bars if you maybe decided to do a double or something. But I think just keep it steady. The goal is from the prologue to be in the first row, knowing that you are on that front 10 row that you're all first. That'll be the most important. And there's a lot of good riders who want to be in that first row. And I think for all the boys sitting here and the other guys that that's the goal tomorrow. Smooth, steady, get to the end, but with a fast time.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I think this is where the sport's going, straight rhythm, and then obviously short technical tracks. And I think us as organisers and the guys who are backing us, we're slowly heading in that direction, hitting every pinpoint that we need to make it how we want it.
Yeah, and in regards with the starts for tomorrow, it's a little bit different. It's one hill, 10 runners on a row. I think it's minute gaps if I'm not mistaken, but we've got a live timing sort of system.
Yeah, so tomorrow, how you start, so if you start in if you first to 10, how you start, that's when the time starts. So it's sort of like a Uzberg style. If you start first and you're coming to the first hill in 10th position, that's your live time, you're in 10th position overall. There's no corrected time for this race, so if you start on row 3 and you now win the race, you win overall, you know. There's going to be no corrected time, so it's quite cool. Wherever you are on the track, that's your position for the day.
Yeah, it's always that fine line. Like the first round, some guys wanted to go slow to start back, and then when they catch you guys up front, you know that you're beating them on time.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a bit more technical and stuff, whereas this makes just for good racing, you know, like whoever's on the track in the front is winning the race.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we want to do, make it a bit more exciting. So I think going forward we're going to try and incorporate that a bit. So if you, like at Erzberg, if you start row 5, it's your disadvantage, you know, so yeah. And then in regards to the track work, well, obviously you guys have put a lot of work in it. You've got TLBs and brush cutters all day and cutting, and I mean the sections that we walk. It's a massive pity. We'll talk about it a bit later, but the 2 sections, the signature hills, just because the rain to expand works, you know, we can see all those little signs that you made on the hills and stuff like that. It just means we're gonna have to come back and do it, you know. But yeah, it's the amount of work that goes into it, and I mean, you guys are so keen, and I see like building up to the event myself and Trap, obviously having comms with you, you pretty much, it's like a community thing. So you guys take everyone out, you try like endorse the sponsors that are good to you guys or friends, or so it's quite nice. It works for pretty much everyone in the sponsorship side of things, but in a track like you've said, yeah, the riverbeds, obviously we saw that you had to still clear out a lot of stuff that had fallen, those new climbs, just all the brush cutting stuff. What goes into an event? Where do you start? What the marking? How do you, yeah.
So yeah, we've been back on this track for 5 months already. Starting literally walking up and down valleys and mountains, looking for new stuff, moving debris out the way. But this is our passion, and there's a nice community of us out here. A lot of them hate me. I've lost quite a few friends. But this is what we love. We're out in the mountains, scrumming bikes, looking for the hardest stuff we can find that's rideable, that you guys will come and do it. So we're looking for European style riding. We need to get our boys to up the games, because when you go over to Romaniacs or wherever, you need to compete with the best. And the only way you're going to get there is if you're riding hard stuff. So we've scouted hard, we've worked hard, my friends, staff, everyone, they put in a lot of time and effort into these tracks.
Yeah.
So it's good. It hasn't been something we've just slapped together overnight. We've put our hours in, like you said.
Yeah. And what's quite nice, and myself and Trevor was speaking about it, like with the tracks going forward throughout the years. So Erzberg, I mean, we've raced it, you go there, yes, there's a change here and there, but the base of the track is the same. That's kind of what you guys have done here. So if something works, if something's not broken, fix it, you know what I mean, or change it. So, like now, everything's pretty much identical, if I'm not mistaken, barring that one silver climb that you did, but you can also like tweak as the years go on. You're like, okay, was it a little bit easy or some of the silver guys said it was a bit too short, so then you guys added that climb.
Yes.
And they definitely wouldn't have thought it was too short.
No, they would have been on the knees of things.
Exactly. So, like I said, there's a fine line between getting that balance of rideable and stuff. Look, everything was perfect, but the rain, obviously, we can't really control that. It was the same as our first event. So you said, hey, awesome track, you would have loved to have done our first event in the dry, or all of us really, just because it would have been a bit more intense, you know. Whereas now it was just like, yeah, you're just getting roosted in the face by the guy in front of you the whole day. It wasn't, you know, ideal, but I guess overseas travel went and did a race now overseas and travel, how was that compared to South African conditions?
Yeah, I don't mind the rain, but it's a bit different when it's rain and -2 degrees and, you know, sort of freezing. So sort of got a riding lesson there. The guys are really good in the rain, or in the cold conditions and really mud conditions. I mean, if we go ride in the rain, it's still like 10 to 15 degrees, whereas there it's -2 or 3 or 4 degrees, and you know, everything was just cold, like your hands go numb, and you get dressed warm and you think you're warm, but then, which is fine, but then you do a hard section, you're overheating. Then you're sweating so much that you gotta pull your jacket off, you know, and then, yeah, so it's a fine line between keeping too warm and getting cold, you know, so numb hands are a problem, which we don't really suffer too much here. But yeah, it was good. The Brightmoor brothers, really good riders. Also, the organisation of the event was really cool too, very professional, everything worked fine, and also quick in making decisions. If a section got too hard or too slippery too, right, we're not going there, they sort of bumped off to a new section. So it was nice in a way too. Obviously running is to go look for ideas too, and also racing overseas is always a good opportunity whenever you get one to go and take it with both hands. So yeah, went there, did what I needed to do, but yeah, it was fun.
And then, what do you think will be, for bronze, what section do you think will be the decider? Obviously, you don't know the track, but I know that for each class there's essentially 2 signature hills. So for the bronze guys, what do you think, which hill will be the decider for them? For the silver, obviously it's going to be that silver section. If you can just explain to the guys that, I mean, none of us have walked it, Tristan Tamsin rode it, but it was dry, you know, so, and you were the one that said, listen, the soil changes completely when it gets wet. So, and then obviously the gold, I would assume the riverbed. I mean, myself and Trav walked it now this afternoon, after getting stuck quite a bit on the cars, but yeah, I thought, like, you know, when you ride a section and you finish it and you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad, thinking back. And you get there again thinking it's not bad, and you see all the shits and you're like, yo, okay, it was what I thought it was, you know, especially more so now, I'd say. Yeah, I think that it's changed, that river, it's still the same, like the bridges and stuff all the same, but it has changed. I don't know what it is about it.
So the mud here, much like a lot of people saw on the road trying to get in and out the farm, that mud changes quickly with a bit of moisture. So especially under the trees, those canopies, it's gonna be a game changer. For the bronze, our Ertsberg start hill for everyone, there's red soils there. So a little bit of moisture, the oaks are going to be scrunning from the get-go, which is good.
Yeah.
They need a bit of a workout. But the whole track, I think, is going to be totally different to what Tristan rode today.
Yeah.
Some guys are going to enjoy it, some guys aren't. But it's hard enduro at the end of the day, it's supposed to be hard.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I don't think we've ever done a hard enduro and finished it not saying it was hard. I mean,
Exactly.
it's called hard enduro for a reason.
Yeah, you need to crack the sweat at the end of
And
the day.
that silver climb, you can explain to guys more or less what that's all about?
That's all, but finish climb.
No, the
So-
switchback one.
Yeah, so the start of Silver, you've got a bit of a waterfall to climb up in the beginning. It's quite technical, you must get your line straight and you'll be in and out, but for the rest of it, there's a lot of black clay that's going to pop up tomorrow. So where it was smooth flowing today, tomorrow not so much.
Yeah.
You're going to have to keep off on the gas the whole way, all around the corners, make sure you get onto top of each little pyramid, so to say. You're going to be working meter by meter tomorrow.
Okay.
Technique's going to be prime.
Yeah.
Hopefully these long legs work tomorrow. You're going to need that.
And in regards with, obviously we had to make some changes to the track. We haven't launched it on our bulletin or sent out a bulletin, but yeah, we have got some changes in mind that we've all pretty much agreed with. That silver loop for the silver and gold guys is going to get quite well used, especially if the silver guys are going to lap it.
Yes.
Because we we want them to have a short day in the office, but at the same time, we want them to get the money with and work. So that's that first half of silver, or silver one, the silver has 2 loops. Silver one, they're going to do as many laps. I don't think it's going to be a lot. I think 1 or 2 in that time limit. The gold guys also going to go out for 2 laps of that silver section, and then obviously the riverbed. The riverbed, you can go give the guys any advice. Have you guys ridden it since last year? Honestly.
No, I haven't. Calvin Garvey rode it about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
He's not racing this event,
Okay.
but they rode it about 2 weeks ago. It took them a good 2 hours to get out of there
In the drive.
in the dry. So there's some big climbs inside there, not just the rocks, there's some big steep climbs, so a little bit of water inside those climbs, that black mud's going to get real. So I think you guys will be in for a good day. It's going to be pretty, so while you're pushing, have a look around, enjoy the views.
Yeah. And we're walking down the rooms going crazy, and
It's beautiful inside there.
yeah, I think beautiful until you can't breathe on the inside.
There's few places in this country with riding like that, so you're
Yeah.
actually going to love it. Eh?
And then obviously we're missing 2. We're missing Matt Stevens here. William Gillett was, I think, he was the last finisher with.
Him and Matt.
Matt Stevens isn't here, so him and Matt were the last finishers last year. Wade, he's here, well, not here, but he's racing. Last year he had a bit of a mechanical issue, so that was a bit of a pity. Matt Green isn't here this year, he was here last year. But yeah, we always have to do it. What are your predictions for tomorrow?
I think there are going to be some quite tired boys at the end of the day. Putting it bluntly. I'm not quite sure. I think the youngsters might show you older folk up. I think Travis is going to have to dig deep.
Jamie, what's your predictions?
I'm not really sure about predictions, but
Practice up.
we're obviously going to try our hardest. You know, if you're not going to win, you're going to lose. So we're going to try with them, obviously, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow.
Alright. Walker?
Yeah, can't predict anything, especially with the weather. But yeah, I'm just gonna try my best and try and get to the finish.
What are you hoping for?
Top 6. I want to stay in the top 6, like from our first round at Leatt
Okay.
in Croughton. Yeah,
Right.
that's my goal. Yeah.
Scales?
Obviously, first race here, so I haven't really seen like where I am in the standings, but hopefully somewhere top 7, top 6. But obviously with the terrain and the conditions that we have, hard to tell.
And did you walk the riverbed?
No.
You didn't walk the riverbed. It's pretty straightforward, it's 1 line. You have no options.
4Ks.
I was looking for other lines, but they're on, yeah, all bridges. Yeah, I don't think there's really like technique to it. And those bridges, they're the same bridges, so they've got like this green moss on them now. So
And keep your feet on the digs.
yeah, sure. And you can't get it, so the bridge is only like that narrow. So, Trev?
I think it'll be similar dancing to round 1. Been training with you, Wade, and myself, and the training's definitely picked up a bit from round 1, so I think everyone's super fit. And we've been riding a lot together, so I think it's been an exciting day. So I think we're going to be fighting for that top step, because I know we all want it,
Yeah, no, for sure.
which leaves it good racing for everyone.
Yeah. Hey, come on, you gotta put that shirt on the bike, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, tomorrow's going to be a tough day in the office. Definitely different terrain, not really used to this stuff. And as I've heard, most guys have really worked hard since the first round. They've changed a lot. They're coming in with a different mindset to this event. So it's going to be a really hard day out there. I'm going to try and hold on to that 7 and just push to the very finish.
Don't you look forward to the after the race, even?
I'm looking forward to the end.
Yeah.
You know one reason why I got to the top step. But I think for what we had to win, but realistically, I'm gonna try and get the top 5.
And then we also, I forgot to mention Heinrich, he couldn't make it out of Joburg. Which I mean, Heinrich asked, we got it like the top 10. I don't think the top 10's ever been pretty much just competitive, you know. So the South African racing, hard enduro, and I guess enduro as well, kind of just transfers across. It hasn't been this strong in years. So we're really happy as organisers. Warren, thank you for everything that you've done. We'll probably be swearing at you tomorrow.
It's all good.
I'm sure you can take it.
Call me Julius.
Yeah, I'm sure you can take it. But the after party and prize giving stuff is going to be back at this awesome venue, which is pretty close to the start. So we're really looking forward to that. I think we're going to taste the cold one halfway up that gully. Looking forward to it. And thanks for everyone for being here. It's going to be a good one.
Any questions?
Questions from anyone?
May I ask one?
No,
Well, since
I
you're
have
right, how's things going on your behalf leading up to this event? Yeah, how's the training going?
So the training's been good. Obviously from round one wasn't quite where I wanted to be, although we pretty much rode together. It was much of a muchness. Pretty much we got to the end hill. We've been grinding it out. Obviously Wade's living up in Hilton now, so it's pretty cool. I mean, everyone, barring yourself, but you come up there fairly often, are living in Hilton now. So training's been good. Myself, Wade and Chad, Jamie joined us the other day, Tom, we all train together. But training, I just keep that ground going, I know it's work, I kind of use every race and find out what I did wrong and try to work on those little things that I did wrong. So training's pretty much been the same. Just trying to get my head around those little bridges, bro. So.
I haven't walked this bridges.
It's all good. Obviously, with organising the events and stuff, it's always tricky, but from this side, where it's been awesome, he's pretty much covered everything. Whereas Carson, we had to get a little bit more involved, also because it was our first round. We had to go do a lot of filming stuff on track to get the guys kind of knowing what classes to enter and stuff. Whereas I think from Carson, guys kind of know where they need to be, So we've pretty much just been putting our heads down, training, working, and then we'll see how it plans out tomorrow and have fun with the main thing.
And your predictions?
I don't know. Look, it's always good to back yourself, but as I know, all the boys have been training just as hard as I have and riding just as good as I am. So I think it comes down to where the levels at the moment. Comes down to pretty much who has it on the day. Who puts it all together on the day will get the win. So who puts on a clinic at the river will get the win. Any other questions? That's it. Cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you.